let's talk about Skip Bayless and the delusion that he continues to live in. But first, how about those? Hey, if you love the Kansas City Chiefs, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Turn notifications on for daily updates about your favorite team. Okay, let's get into this. Skip Bayless posted a video February 4th. He said, "I've never been sold on Patrick Mahomes. Here's a story about the time he came on Undisputed to try to put me in my place." So I'm over here like, oh, wow. And so I watched the interview of Mahomes on Undisputed, August 12th, 2020. I have no idea what you're talking about, Skip. Like, literally no idea. You're just making stuff up. Clickbait master. Hey, we're falling for it. Here I am doing a video. So let's listen to a little bit of his video and see what Skip has to say.
As you might know if you watch Undisputed, I've never been quite sold on Patrick Mahomes because I believe he has gotten away with spectacular gambles that have this year for the first time started to backfire on him. No more blissful ignorance. No more, wow, this is easy. It's almost too easy. I got away with that and that. I can throw no looks. I can throw left-handed pass.
Skip Bayless has no idea what he's talking about. I mean, the amount of times Mahomes has taken what the defense has given him this year, has made check down passes, quick throws, is learning to adapt and evolve as a QB. I have no idea what he's talking about, man. He has no idea what he's talking about, if we're going to be honest. He's just saying stuff, dude.
I can throw it behind my back. I can throw it between my legs. I can get away with it because my coach blesses me. My coach spoils me. My coach loves this because his coach, Andy Reid, loves to polish his own ego by playing with his toy that he went up in the draft to snatch or steal.
Bro, that is such a reach. That is such a reach. I would venture to say Andy Reid is one of the most beloved coaches in the history of this game. What are you even talking about? Without facts, without saying, oh yeah, well, he's saying this behind doors and I have facts to prove it. This is how he really thinks. This is how he really acts. This is basically slander. And he's on a national platform slandering Andy Reid.
So he's spoiled Patrick Mahomes because it makes Andy Reid look like even more of a genius. Andy loves to...
He is a genius in his own right, but that's not why he's doing this, bro.
With his play calls. He loves, especially down near the goal line, to hit you with all the trick play artistry that he has in that huge brain of his.
Come on.
He can be a creative genius. And he's got the ultimate man at the trigger, Patrick Mahomes, who will try anything at any moment. I kept telling Shannon Sharp, it's my homeboy. That's all I hear from Shannon. My homeboy. Never seen anything like him. I said, yeah, but Tom Brady plays quarterback way better than Patrick Mahomes plays quarterback. No, he doesn't. He's not.
Boy. All right. Tom Brady is probably the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Definitely had some things going in his favor. He's not more athletic than Mahomes. He has a better IQ than Mahomes, for sure, from his years of playing the game. I think Mahomes is definitely improving every single year. Obviously, the Bengals game was a little frustrating, but you know how many bad halves of football Brady has had in his career? So there are definitely elements where Mahomes is better than Brady. There's elements of most QBs in the league today better than Brady. It's just as years go on, as the years progress, players get better. You see that in all the other sports. You see that in UFC. You see that in basically any sport. They will continue to get better at a younger age and do crazier things than the previous generation before them. It's not that hard to understand.
Patrick, yes, he is. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. He'll always be better because he plays the position at a higher level more consistently than Patrick does.
I mean, if we want to talk about consistency, 4 AFC championship appearances in a row in his 4th year as a starter. The Chiefs, in the history of the game prior to Mahomes, had won 8 playoff games. Guess how many Reid and Mahomes have won since Mahomes started? 8. Mahomes' stats are off the charts. Am I saying he's going to be better than Brady? I don't know. I don't know if anybody's ever going to match those stats. But Skip Bayless is grasping for straws.
It happened after Patrick broke through off an MVP year and won the Super Bowl, beat the 49ers and Jimmy G, as I call him, Jimmy Gag. Patrick.
Okay, that's funny. Jimmy Gag. Wow.
Requested to come on Undisputed. I've known his agent, Lee Steinberg, for many years. I'll tell those stories in an upcoming podcast. But I'm sure Lee was behind it to some extent. I've had my battles with Lee, fallen out with him occasionally. But Patrick wanted to come on because he wanted to put me in my place.
Give me a break. He wanted to put you in your place. Give me a break.
Have at times been critical. And I said, bring it on. I take my shots. Anybody else can come on and take theirs. And he did.
He said, because I have at times been critical. You're pretty much always critical, bro. Your bias pours out through the pores of your skin.
I didn't think it was the classiest way to do business on his part, because I'm not sure he deserved to go to gloat off that Super Bowl. I think
he's not gloating. Go watch the interview. He's literally answering the questions y'all ask him politely, respectfully.
I think he thinks he's the GOAT. It's almost a Freudian slip, but
no, he does not. He does not think that, Skip. When Tom Brady retired, did you see what Mahomes tweeted? The GOAT emoji. He refers to Tom Brady as the GOAT. He refers to Tom Brady as someone he looks up to and has watched in his childhood and like basically adores. And remember when, and I remember post game of, I think it was the AFC Championship or it might have been the Super Bowl when Brady won. Mahomes went up to him and said, "You're awesome, man. You're awesome." Because that's what he thinks. He thinks he's the GOAT. Mahomes doesn't think he himself is the GOAT. You're grasping for straws, Skip.
So, in the end, are you sure about Patrick Mahomes? Because I'm not. Has he been spoiled rotten by a head coach who has a much bigger ego than people give it credit for?
That's slander pretty much, dude. Borderline, not probably the technical term of slander. Why are you saying that about Andy Reid? What are you doing?
I think that gets cloaked and camouflaged by what a good guy Andy Reid is. He's so accessible. He's such a nice guy with the media. He has an enormous ego.
I hope somebody responds to this properly, someone that has a bigger platform than me, someone in the NFL, because again, this is borderline slander. This is just basically lies. And he said Mahomes has been spoiled rotten by Andy Reid. If spoiled rotten means he plays him and lets him help carry the team to 4 AFC championship games, okay. What?
His ego is even eclipsing Patrick's. And Patrick has gotten way too full of himself too soon, in my point of view.
What are we talking about, dude? This is like the most humble football player that I've ever seen. Maybe I'm slightly biased as a Chiefs fan, but I'm like, what are you talking about? All of his interviews, all of his pressers, how he carries himself on social media, etc., how he handles himself after losses. Do you see Mahomes walking out without saying good game to the opposing QB when he loses like Brady? Again, Brady's probably the best player to ever play this game. But dude, Tom Brady is a poor sport half the time. This literally makes no sense, and you're getting the response you probably want because people like me are responding.
I'm just not sure he's that guy, as in transcendent, as in we've never seen anything like that guy, says my debate partner Shannon Sharp.
We haven't seen anybody like this guy. The plays he makes, how he's able to operate, move his arm in ungodly ways. We haven't seen anybody like this, but that doesn't negate or take away from Tom Brady. Can't both exist? Tom Brady's retired. It's done.
Yeah, I've seen a lot like him, and they come and they go. Not saying he's not very good, but all-time great, not buying it, not seeing it, not yet.
Who is saying that? How can you be an all-time great when you've only started for 4 years? How can you say that, Skip? That doesn't make any sense, bro. He's not the all-time great. He hasn't played 22 years. Maybe he won't eclipse Brady. Nobody's really saying that. And if he's responding to some particular comment that says he will, okay, I don't know. I don't have the full context here, but Mahomes is doing great, man. This has been an amazing time to be a Chiefs fan, and our future is very bright. We are very lucky to have Patrick Mahomes.
Tom Brady? Stop it. He doesn't know 1/100th of what Tom Brady knows and can perform playing quarterback.
I just don't think that's true. I do think Brady's football IQ is very high and he is methodical. I think Patrick is learning to play in that manner, to read the defense, to take what he is given, but to say he doesn't have 1/100th, come on, man. These guys are all in the top 2% of the sport, top 5% of anybody who wants to play in the NFL. If you make it, you're in the top 10%, let alone if you're one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league currently or greatest quarterback to ever play the game. I mean, they're both top 3%, top 5% in their IQ. So come on, man. And then here's a clip from that interview where he says Mahomes tries to put him in his place. I watched the interview. This is the most aggressive thing Mahomes said to Skip in this interview.
In your face, I thought it was a little bit fortunate the way the ball came down to Tyreek, who had to come back for it. Walk us through that play. What happened?
He's talking about Wasp in the Super Bowl. That's the play he's talking about.
When the ball left your hand, did you think it was going to be caught? Did you think it was good?
Yeah, when the ball left my hand, I knew it was going to be caught. I mean, Tyreek got wide open on the route. I know you described it as a punt sometimes, but
I'll take that punt 100 times as long as it's hitting for a completion like that.
Wow, I can't believe Mahomes would say that. I can't believe he would put you in your place, Skip. To jokingly say, I know you call it a punt, but I would take that punt basically every time if he's that wide open, which he was. Wow, Skip. I mean, I hope you're doing okay, buddy. I hope your ego is okay because Mahomes came on your show and just put you in your place, just destroyed you. I mean, that's the most aggressive thing he said in the whole interview. I just watched it. He's grasping for straws, y'all. He's grasping for straws. What do you think about Skip Bayless? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you appreciate the content like this. It'll help push this video out into the algorithm. Subscribe, turn notifications on, all that good stuff as well if you enjoy Chiefs content. So, hey, until next time, let's go. How about those?